Oh, I have no drain told me here to keep me home, to make me fear. I have no drain, as you can see. There is no drain in me. Hello, Internet. Yep, it's true. I went in for my CT scan, and immediately afterwards, I went to see the liver surgeon, and they determined that it was time. There's like everything looks good in there. The abscess. He said that there's still irritation, a bit of swelling, but there's no reason to have a drain anymore. So they took it out, and I am now drain free for the first time in over 2 months. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, because the first drain, because I had two drains. The first drain, I think I got the tail end of September, and then I got the second drain the tail end of October. It all kind of blurs together. I can't remember. The important thing, the point is, I don't have a drain anymore. And as per previous videos, I've mentioned this. I'm going to spend another week on antibiotics, and then stop that. And I'll let my work know that I'm ready to return. And I think a full week is a good idea. Just like with the antibiotics, just to see if anything happens at all that might necessitate me to keep staying out of work. But it seems likely that I will be back to work a week from today. And I am, oh my God, I'm so ready. I am so ready to go back to work. 3.5 months. 3.5 months. I cannot believe I thought that I would be back to work by the start of October. God, I was so naive. Just going to take a moment and remember those bygone days of naivete and ignorance. Such blissful moments. Anybody who has not had a tube sticking out of them for extended periods of time cannot understand how much of a relief it is to get it out of me. I can go back to doing normal things like sleeping on that side of my body and taking proper showers and not feeling embarrassed about, like, you know, like I would go out shopping and I'd be concerned that my tube was visible poking out from my shirt or something. So now I can finally put this behind me, and I can move forward. And what that's going to look like is, in a month, I am going to go back to the liver surgeon. He said that where the tube went into my ribcage, into the liver, the skin was very irritated, and there was some breakdown just from having, you know, a foreign object stuck into it for so long. And for, you know, just the general irritation of constantly bandaged, constantly covered, and so there's some breakdown of the skin. So in a month, I'm going to go back and he's going to take a look at that. Also, he said to expect some leakage, some drainage, at least over the next couple of weeks. So I'll be routinely replacing the bandage until that stops. I mean, the other one didn't, like, that one hardly leaked at all when they took that out. So I don't know. And then, of course, I still have to, I've been dragging my feet on this, but I still have to reschedule my appointment with the oncologist. So I'll have to do that. Otherwise, I'm gonna try to get back to as normal a routine as possible. I'm overjoyed that it's done, and I'm so much looking forward to going back to work, and seeing everyone again, and you know, being with my people, my home, my house, the group home that I work in. I've been away from them for so long, and I miss them so much. And I had been avoiding even visiting them because I wasn't sure about the possibility of infection. And group homes tend to be a bit of a breeding ground for bacteria and the like. So I wanted to make absolutely certain that I got back to them as soon as possible. And for that reason, I stayed away from them for pretty much the entire time. I'll let staff know that I'm coming back, but I'm going to try to keep it a surprise to the residents. I want it to be like this big, hey, everybody, guess who's back? And and the best part of all is that I get to spend Christmas with them. Christmas falls on a Wednesday, and that's part of my normal work schedule. And I was starting to think that I would not get to be there Christmas morning and to see them open their presents. And I really, really wanted to be there for that. And now I'm going to. So I'm very happy about that. I cannot stress enough how hard these past 3.5 months have been. It was bad. And I came close to death with the sepsis. And I'm so lucky to be here. And I'm very lucky to have the friends and family in my life to help me along. So that said, as far as medical stuff is concerned, I don't expect to put out a video between now and the new year unless I am able to get in to see the oncologist before then. Obviously, I'll post a video if that happens. Like now that all of this is like finally wrapping up, and I can set this aside, I can put it behind me for now, not permanently, because there's still things that have to happen medically. But for now, I can refocus my life on other things. And so I'll probably do an update video on my personal life between now and then. Because there's things that I want to talk about. I have some creative projects in the works. I have some things I want to do here on the channel, and I really look forward to sharing that with all of you. Hi, Mata. As I stated in my last video, I'm going to be reading comments from the previous video, and this will be a thing I do from now on. At the moment, I'm not picking and choosing. I'm just sort of like scrolling through. So don't worry, I'm not playing favorites or anything. I just anything that catches my eye. Plague on Words says, "You should be proud of yourself as you've been through so much. I could never imagine myself going through chemo, having hot needles poked in my liver, having major abdominal surgery, or surviving a severe bacterial infection." Yeah, when you put it like that, yeah, it kind of sounds like a lot. I mean, it's stretched out over the past almost 3 years now. God, it's crazy to think it's been that long. You are so strong and brave that I believe you can face anything. Thank you. I don't know about that. I would really like to not find out how much more I can take. I'm so happy to see you looking more cheerful in this video, and I'm overjoyed that you appear to have beaten this disease, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. All the best, Emma. Thank you, Emma. Plague on Words. Yes. Like I said, when you put it all together like that, it really does. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. And fortunately, I didn't have to deal with it all at once or even in rapid succession. I had time in between. And it really kind of speaks to the advances of medicine and surgical practices that I was able to weather it so well. I don't know how much of it was like me personally being strong, but I am proud of myself. Thank you. Heather says, often online and on YouTube particularly, people can be so incredibly rude, but there are little pockets of good within. Your channel is a little pocket of good, Daniel. Glad I stumbled in. Cheers from NS. I think that's Nova Scotia. I'm really sorry. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Thank you very much. I do try to be as positive as I can. You're right. The landscape in social media on YouTube, there is a lot of negativity. People can get really heated, can get really aggressive with their speech, and it's funny you should say that, because I was cut off in traffic on my way home from my doctor's appointment. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I could get angry at this person and I could yell at this person or give them a finger or something, but then I'm just adding to the negativity that they put into my life. And that's too much negativity already. Why would I want to put more into the world? So I try very hard. I don't always succeed. I'm not perfect. And there are definitely times when I put up plenty of negativity into the world that I'm, ashamed of. But I do try very hard to be as positive as I can, to see people, to give them the benefit of the doubt, to not automatically jump to conclusions about them, and the positivity that I want to put out into the world through this channel. It's that idea that you can go through something horrible. I mean, it's going to change you. Something like this, there's no way it's not going to change someone. You can let it change you for the better, or you can let it change you for the worse. And like, which one would you rather have happen? And that's not to say that people who come away from a difficult situation angry are wrong. And certainly I've had moments when I was very angry. I felt lost. There were times when I felt abandoned. I felt so overwhelmed. And I was absolutely filled to the brim with stressed out anger and frustration and fear. And that wasn't necessarily wrong of me to feel, because of course, I think that's a natural thing to feel in a situation like this. But it's what you do with that matters. And I think ultimately, I have a right to my emotions, but I don't have the right to hurt people with them. And I think that even frustration and anger can motivate a person to better their lives. And I think that over the course of these past almost 3 years, I was diagnosed in January of 2017, I have changed a lot. I guess the jury is still out as to how much is good change and how much is bad. I'm not sure. I would like to think that a lot of the change in my life has been for the better, and will continue to be. And the motivation of living healthier and exercising and, taking better care of myself and trying to make sure that this does not recur. But more than that, it's realizing that I have limited time on this planet. And best case scenario, I live to the ripe old age of 100, but someday I'm going to be gone. And the question that I ask myself is, what am I going to leave behind? Is it going to be something that people, remember me spitefully, hatefully? Or are they going to look at this, the things that I've done and tried to accomplish, and say, that was good. And it makes me want to be good. And that's what I want. I want to leave that behind. I want people to look at how I lived my life and think to themselves, well, I could do that. I could be that. Because I honestly believe that you can. And maybe I don't know what you specifically are going through. Person who on the other side of this screen, who is watching this perhaps years in the future, I don't know. Hi from 2019. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what obstacles lie in your life, but look at mine. Look at what I have had to go through, and just know that you can do it. And it might seem like such a weird thing that through space and time, somebody in a video made in December of 2019 can be talking to somebody 10, 20, 50 years in the future, and they're pulling for you. They believe in you. It's kind of amazing in a way. But I'm saying to you, whoever you are, whatever you're going through, I think you got this. Because I got mine. Because I could fight my way through everything that's happened to me and come out the other side with a smile on my face. And I think you can do it too. just the thought of that. Like, doesn't that make you want to try? On that note, I'm going to stop it here. Like I said, I will probably update with some personal news, and then the new year, sometime in January, I'll update about the medical stuff. Unless something happens in between. Fingers crossed that it doesn't, knock on wood. All right, folks, that's it for this one. Until next time, take care.